I'm gonna tell you all story time. We need to find you a new place to go. Story time of how I met my boyfriend. We'd gone to school together for the whole year, like the whole school. Like, well, he moved maybe year 7. Or was it year 8? He moved after we had already started. And I took no notice of him. I forgot. I didn't even know he existed. Then maybe year 9, I was friends with this girl who dated him, and I got his Snapchat. And I had him until maybe the start of year 11 as boyfriend. They had broken up years. They were texting on my phone, so pretty common. And then they broke up, and I was like, okay, forgot he existed. Then he dated another girl. He's a bit of a slag. I'm joking, I love you. He dated another girl, and this girl, I was friends with her, but like not really. Like, she was assigned to me when she first moved to school, and then she was like, I'm here for my GCSEs, I'm not here for friends. And I'm like, suit yourself. I like to make friends. You obviously don't want friends. Suit yourself. Do whatever you want. Row your own boat. And so they dated, and she was sorry, love, but she wasn't a very nice girl. And then they broke up. Then he got with his ex. We don't talk about her. This was year 10 they got together. He was 15, I was 15. I knew this girl very well. She was in my tutor. I knew her very well. But we don't talk about her. It's a whole story for a day which is nowhere near here. And this is when we met. We met year 11 because I was put into his science, and I was like, oh, do you want any friends? And I knew his best friend at the time. I knew his best friend very well because he had dated one of my friends the year before. And I thought, do you want? I know him not very well, but I do know him, so get to know him a bit more. So it was like you become friends with one, you get a package deal. So my boyfriend came along, and I was like, do you know what? He's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We started talking and stuff, and we'd only talk in science though. We wouldn't talk in anything else. I had him for maths, science, and history, and so I was put into his history after I was told I'd be next to my ex. I don't like my ex at all. He was oh my god, everyone's I need to blur a lot of things out. I've just realised that. Okay, I always moved to the back of the class next to his table. And so it was a girl, one of my really good friends, another good friend, and then me, and then him. He was on a separate table, so there was a table for 2 there. I was on the edge, he was on the edge, and then he had his friend next to him. But because him and his friend was such little man, the friend I knew originally had to move to the other side of the class, so I was like, great, I'm stuck with him now. And he was a little school. He was naughty as heck. So he was put into multiple times into like the RR, which we call like reflection room. He was given detention from history, and one day he was being really naughty, and he's got massive feet. Like, my boyfriend has big feet. That's mean, but he's got big feet. He was taken away, and all was left was this tiny little shoe, maybe about that big. It was tiny. His feet are huge, so a shoe maybe that big is tiny. And so I texted him, and I was like, hey, is this your shoe? I got no reply at all. But I had left, and I saw him with his ex. I thought, maybe that's why, because maybe his ex doesn't like him talking to girls. There's a lot of boys like girls like that out there. So I was like, don't push it again. Science comes, and he mentions it. I'm like, oh my god, he read it. I was like, oh my god. So I was like, yeah. So we started talking more and more, and so we started texting. And so this was maybe the October. You start school like a year in the September. This was the October. Because again, I had no friends in any lesson. I had a girl I knew in science. I love her to bits. She's beautiful. So we were friends, but like she wasn't in. I'd have no one. So I was like, I need to be friends with guys. I wasn't gonna do it. And then in the November, a girl I knew has set me up with his best friend, and I didn't like him. I don't like him at all. And so I was told at the maths class before lunch, hey, by the way, this guy's gonna ask me out. I'm like, oh, that's good. Well, I'm happy for you. I don't like him. And I was like, oh. And then in the maths, he asked her out with a little whiteboard, so we go out, me and showed her. Proper, like, primary school stuff. And she went, yes, of course. I was like, yay. And then it was a lunch, and she had called me over, and he hugged me. I was like, who died? Like, someone that I don't know? No, he just thought we were dating. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And Alfie and his ex-girlfriend was there. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. I don't like hugs, my ex. Yeah, I didn't like hugs because of my ex. So I was like, great, I'm being hugged by someone I don't want to be hugging. And so I was like, okay, so every time where I would go, he'd go. And I'm like, bro, leave me alone. Like, I don't want attention from you. I don't want attention from anyone. Because he dated one of my friends. That friend then saw, and I was like, so at some point in drama, this friend was like, excuse me, what are you doing? I was like, my work while you're with my ex. I was like, no, I'm not. 100% I'm not. This is what has happened. I don't want to be with him. So we were together maybe a total of 1 hour, 5 minutes. Because I broke up with him. And then I went the back way out of school. And that was the October. By the November, I started to like my boyfriend. And I was like, oh, I can't do that because then I'll be known as a boyfriend stealer. So I pushed it aside and ignored it. But by the way, I'd liked another guy. I liked another guy before for 2 years. I liked him for a very long time. So I was like, I can stick with this guy. Well, then I started talking to my boyfriend more and more. We'd talk, we'd text, we'd sit next to each other, we'd like have conversations, smile. And I said to myself many times, I was like, I like him. And I told my best friend, I like him. She went, because he has a bad like reputation. And she was like, don't like him at all. And I was like, God damn it, what am I meant to do now? I like him. I was like, if he's with her through December because they had like an anniversary, then I'm screwed because I really like him and no one's gonna break up after a year. Jokes on me, they did. Like they lasted. And I was like, damn it. So I went back to school after Christmas really bummed out. And my birthday was maybe a couple of weeks after we restarted because it's the 15th of January. And he brought me some gifts, like my favourite chocolates, Freddos. And he knew that, and he brought me Freddos. I was like, oh my God, I'm so blessed. Like, oh my God. My feelings for him. Like, over the Christmas, I had been talking to this other guy more. So I was like, oh, I'm going to put all my attention onto this other guy. But he was still texting me. He wanted to call more. So I was like, damn it. And so I had stopped talking to this other guy completely. We were good friends too, like we were best friends. Like everyone was like, oh, my drama teacher was even like, date him, like get with him. I had my history teacher was telling me, oh, you two will be such a good couple. My tutor was on about it, and I was like, maybe. So like in my head I must have been influenced into liking him because I had for a while. But I was like, damn it, no. He had brought me my stuff for my birthday, my boyfriend. And I was like, I have feelings again. And I was like, God damn it, dude. Talking, and one day his ex messaged me being like, oh, by the way, I know something's going on with you and my boyfriend. And like originally I thought nothing's going on, like he doesn't like me. And yeah, I'm being a bit flirty, I'm a bit of a but like I'm not trying to steal him, I'm not trying to take him away. It's just doing harmless flirting. Like, I just want you to stay away from him. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm not gonna. Why is he barking? I was like, okay. But she was harassing me. I was like, okay, I'll stay. Like, I was like, I will completely do that. But she'd also done that for a couple of more girls before. So like, it's not like she was just aiming at me. She was aiming at a lot. Anyone who talked to him. He had friends that were girls. He had like stopped because she was that insecure. Like that. So I was like, do you know what? I'll stop. It's fine. And so I blocked him, and I said to her, the last thing I said to her was, don't worry, because I'll tell everyone how you harassed me. And I did. I'm not, like, okay, I did a bad thing. Yes, I know. I owned up to it. I was like, I'm sorry, did that my apologies. But I wasn't flirting like, oh my god, you're so cute. I was more being a friend he needed, and like just being a really good person, like, because he needed someone, like a person to talk to, because his friends weren't really guys to talk to. So I was there for him. We had little conversations. We'd call like maybe for half an hour. If his girlfriend was busy, he'd call me quickly and then he'd call her. Like, it wasn't like he was doing anything not to talk to her. It was just I was someone to talk to after, or like in between calls, or at school we talk. I was just a friend, like a really good friend to him, and in my head I fell for him, but he hadn't fell for me, and I thought I need to not fall for him at all. And so I was like, god damn it. And so I was like, I'll block him. So I did, and I told everyone she harassed me, and I told everyone how much of a cow she was. Horrible doing that, but saying everything. I told the truth. Like, if the truth hurts, like, if you say something and it's not, it's the truth. That is what I've learned from my whole years at school. So being bullied, I've learned if you say the truth about someone and they don't like it, it's because it's the truth. Like, how am I meant to say it? Like, she was the type of person to be very controlling, like, with a friendship. And that is coming from one of my friends I know. So, like, I'm not going to keep that to myself. So I told everyone. I'm not apologising for that one. Went to Warwick one day with class, and this was maybe 2 weeks after I blocked him, and I thought, I'm not talking to him. And we originally decided, like, it'll be me, him, and my two other friends and his friend. So we're going to have a group. Yeah, that's not working out anymore. So I was going with my two friends, he was going with his other friend. Went to Warwick, and I thought, don't acknowledge him, don't talk to him. Between these like 2 weeks we weren't friends. I got into a serious car accident. His friend made sure I was okay, and I was like, I'm perfectly fine. And he was like, do you want me to tell Alfie? I was like, no. But when I had that car crash, he was the first one I wanted to text. So obviously we became best friends. I was like, no, don't tell him. What else had I done? Like, he wasn't in for a couple of lessons after everything that happened, and my history teacher had asked me, is Alfie okay? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no clue at all. Back to Warwick now. I had obviously gone with my friends, and then there was a dungeon at Warwick Castle. If you know Warwick Castle, there's like it's fantastic. I had gone the year before with history, so I'm going again. This was my second time. And I'd gone down to the basement, and there's like a mirror maze, and he bumped straight into me. It's like something out of a movie. He bumped straight into me, and I thought, he went, I'm sorry, Mel, and walked away. I was like, don't say that. In my head, I was like, that's an apology. He's apologising. I was like, hold on, what? Then got to a room, you're being judged. Like, there's a judge, and she's smacking, and she's like, order. And she's pointing out different things that were like crimes. So she pointed at him and said, you weed in, what was it, like a well. You weed in like a well. And he got told off for that. And then I was meant to go up for one, but I shrugged it off as the girl next to me because I didn't want to go do it. It's embarrassing. So I shrugged it off as the girl next to me, and I think she danced to the top of the castle naked. Like, that's the type of things that they say. And so the whole time I was up there, I was looking at him, I was like, God. I was like, I really like him again. He's really cute, like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, but don't talk to him. You don't like him. You're not friends. His girlfriend doesn't want you talking to him. End of story. So I was like, okay, I'll keep that to them. I'll keep him with his girlfriend that isn't my greatest fan. She doesn't like me. We're friends, by the way. After the whole like dungeon, we went up, he apologised to me, I apologised to him, and I said, I'm not being friends with you until your girlfriend knows we're friends. So he went off, texted a bit, like he was on his phone, came back and he was like, she knows. And I'm like, done deal, we're good then, we're friends. But I wouldn't get his number back. I never had his number, I only had a Snapchat. So I added him back, and I was like, I'm not talking to you until your girlfriend knows. And he went, she knows, don't worry. I was like, okay, fine. And then we text and we call. We went back to our regular selves. But every so often he'd block me. And I was like, okay, so I texted him, I was like, can I have your WhatsApp in case you block me again? I was shooting my shot. I was being a bit more, give me your number. So he gave me his number. And he blocked me every so often. I'm like, what's he blocking me for? And that's really weird. And he'd be like, oh, my mom's on my phone. I'm like, that's fine. Like, it's perfectly fine if your mum's on your phone. I'm okay with that. And then 3 weeks before, March 23rd, I was in maths, and a girl who sat with me in maths came and sat next to me, and she looked at me like, I can't, sorry, blind that eyes. Looked at me and I was like, are you okay? Looked at me again. She went, little birdie told me someone likes you. I was like, oh, I'm not doing these little birdie things again at all. And I was like, who's that? I turned with her head to look at Alfie, and he's there with his head on the desk. I was like, no, he doesn't. Not at all. Like, it can't. He's got a girlfriend. And she went, no, I'm serious. He told me and her best friend in business class. And I was like, oh my god. Sorry, a teddy bear just fell onto my lamp. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Little birdies would like to reply to that, say she likes him too. Hello, birdie, I also like him. Did I just turn on my fan? Oh my god, I have. So she did. And when he came out, no, she hopped, and when I tell you, she jumped over the table, because he was 2 rows behind me, the other side. Like, the whole time we'd been in maths, he'd throw paper balls at me, the same as science, he'd throw paper balls at me. We'd talk, we'd laugh, we'd joke. And so I was like, he's not doing it today. So she hopped over that table, looked at me. He looked at me, I was like, so I turned around and I put my head straight on the desk. I was like, what have I just done? I've just made the biggest mistake of my life. Holy sh**. The end of the class came and he walked over to me. And I thought, great. But also during that lesson, my maths teacher had asked him who he's going to prom with. And he said, I'm not sure. And I thought, oh. So that gave me a little hint after. In the lesson, he walked over. And I was like, okay, do not panic at all. You're okay. If anything happens, just be like, sorry, let me block you again. We won't be friends. It's okay, don't worry. He looked at me and I looked at him. And I just went, I was like, and he was like, so she told you? I was like, so she told you? And he went, I was like, is it true? And he was like, and he went, is it true? I went, so we're like, I'm gonna like each other. I was like, how long? He went, since probably about November. And he asked me, I was like, so since probably about October. And he was like, and we looked at each other and went, shoot. And then he went to break with his girlfriend, and I thought, what the hell do I do now? We finished in the June. This was the March. We were months away from finishing. We have our exams in 2 months. What do we do? And so I was like, what the hell am I going to do with myself? How do I tell Priya, my best friend? So I went to her and I went, and I told her. She went, and I ended up in history the next class with them after break. And obviously I had been moved by now, because I had these like little like highlighters that I'd put, like stick them up and he'd slap them. So I was moved to the table next. Like, I had to swap seats with the girl next to me, but we'd still talk. She'd always tell me to shut up, but I still talked to him and he'd still talk to me. I remember walking into that lesson and his friend went, you like Alfie? I went, who the hell told you? And he was like, I knew. I was like, shit. So I need green paper, he need purple, because he's also dyslexic. And so we were like, let's go and just get paper together. And that walk, I was like, oh my god, wait, this feels different. This doesn't feel like a walk we used to, because we used to always have to get paper together. It doesn't feel like we're just friends. And I said to him, I'm not dating you. I'm not doing anything with you. I'm not getting with you. I'm not kissing you. I'm not cuddling you. I'm not flirting with you until you break up with your girlfriend, because it's unfair on her. As much as she's not my biggest fan, as much as I'm not hers, it is really not fair for her at all. So I was like, get rid of her, if you would like me. Now basically I said it nicer though. And he went, and I thought, this was like, what? They were together a year and 2 months. So I was like, oh my god. Back, we were just talking all sorts about everything. His mom really loved me. Like, we'd talk, and I'd talk to his mom on call. Like, I remember Valentine's Day, he had got her gifts and she hadn't got him gifts. And we were talking about that with his mom. Like, I'd become really close with his family. an even closer with mine over the time we've been friends. Like him and my sister, they get along like perfectly. Okay, yes, they argue, but like science, we had science after lunch. He had spent the entire lunch upstairs with me. He came up and sat with me out because he wasn't allowed inside a classroom. I had to be in a classroom for personal reasons and school reasons, which I'll do a whole different video on. But he came up and sat with me, and we sat outside my class. I was eating my lunch, he was eating his. We just sat there talking and chatting shit. He had a friend, so we had like a chaperone the whole time. I felt like I was proper in Bridgeton because we had to have someone there just to be like, look, nothing happened. We're outside the classroom, we're just talking. Not like anything would have happened. Anyway, he was still with his girlfriend. It's not fair to her completely. And so I feel like I need like one of those like explanation apology videos. And so we were in science, and she started messaging him, and her mom started messaging him, having a go, and I was like, bro, leave this poor lad alone. And the things that was said, I was like, oh my god. And that's the moment he said, I need to get rid of her. And I thought, go on then. Go on then, do it. I got a text maybe an hour after school ended. I'm single.